Hey guys and gals and YouTubers, welcome. This is your host Sam Thomas 31, or also known as Raven 2012. Welcome you to another Let's Play. This one I've been actually wanting to do for a very long time, and basically was in the mood to play it the other day, so I decided let's go for it and record it. And this game is, as you can see, is called Evil Genius. I basically have this game since it first released back, I believe it was 2004, maybe earlier. I actually have the CD copy, but you guys can actually, if you are interested in this, you can definitely pick this up off of Steam because they have it on Steam now. It's, I believe it's $10 for it, American dollars, but if you get it on sale, you can probably get it really cheap, so basically, Evil Genius, you pick from one of three evil masterminds that want to take over the world here. And then basically, you start out in your little base, which is some remote island somewhere. And that's where you basically do base building, increase your notoriety, and increase your money. Increase your power, your minions, and basically try to. The end game is to take over the world, pretty much. So, yeah, it's pretty much a base building kind of game, building your empire kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's a really nice game. When I first got it, I was pretty addicted to it. I played it all the time, and now I play about once every year. I come back and play it. It's a really great game to get into, and they don't make games like this anymore. So let's go on and jump into the game. We'll start up a new game. Basically, easy, medium, hard. It's basically differences in between how much things cost and how much you get refunded from those costs, and probably how hard the world is. Basically, medium is your normal settings, so that's what I'll go with. Video hints, I'll leave that on for you guys to check that out. I really don't need that because I've been playing this so long, but if you guys want to check those out, I'll turn those off later if they get annoying. You can actually go into the options in game here and turn those off if I wanted to. Auto save every 10 minutes, yep, we'll leave that way. We'll go to new game, and like I said, we'll go to normal. And then here's your three world geniuses who want to take over the world. There's Maximilian. He's pretty much like your evil genius. For new players, they recommend to start with him. Alexis, your female here. And then Sinsu. He's basically your evil genius. Kind of a Asian type guy there. Lexus is pretty much for intermediate players, and they recommend Sinsu for players that are a little bit advanced at this. Basically, they have different influences towards your minions and towards the world, and they each start out with a different henchman that protect you. Basically, Sinsu has the best henchman in the game. He's pretty strong. Maximilian starts with a weaker one. So I basically think Sinsu is going to be the guy to start with here. Let me make sure here. Agents spend 10% shorter time on the island. And we'll get into what the agents are. He's got a small influence of area influence. His regen rate, I'll put a link down in the description of it's basically I don't know if it's a strategy guide, but it basically gives information about this game because there's no real manual out, and there was a couple of guys back when this first came out, they volunteered to write information about this game, and basically I put it down in the description, a couple of the links. so you guys can actually read some of this information, and it helps out a lot if you want to get serious into the game of what each guy does. I just want to make sure if this is the route I want to go with Sinsu, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, guys. I just want to make sure, because if I remember correctly, one of these makes the a lot of the end game a little bit harder for you, but I think I'm gonna go with him because I've been playing this for years, and I don't usually go with Maximilian too much anymore. Last time I played with Alexis. I really like her, but I'm gonna go with Sinyu. So let's get started here. So basically, you guys just pick whatever you want. If you want to go with the little nostalgia of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, definitely play Maximilian. And there's Sinsu in his boat going towards his island.
Depot now stocks new objects. New room blueprints now available. Check objective screen for new goals.
Alrighty, just wait until she's done talking. See if I can pause this. Basically, like I said, you're gonna start out on your island. This is your first island. It's a little bit smaller than your second island, but this is kind of to get you acquainted of building, pretty much acquainted with a lot of the features in the game. But don't worry about in the beginning of your building. If it doesn't come out perfect, you'll probably learn a lot from building in this first island, and get a lot of experience because you're going to eventually move on to another island, which is going to be a lot bigger, and that's where you're going to probably focus on a lot of your skills that you learned from here to build a better proper base. But don't worry about that, because you're not going to be able to, a lot of the items in here you're going to get in room types, you're not going to be able to fit in this smaller island. So basically this is just like kind of a starter island for you. So there's your evil genius down here. You guys start out in this little room here. It's a little stronghold type room. Basically it's just to set up your money and your briefcases so you can get started on building your room types here and bringing your base in here. That's your henchman. He's basically, like I said, he's going to protect you from agents and super agents. So basically every so often you're going to get agents from each country in the world. They'll start out coming around and just snooping around, being nosy to what's going on here. They won't attack you. They'll just try to gather information from you to see if you're a threat. If you are, they'll go back and let their commanders know, and they'll probably send some sort of task force to come here to maybe investigate some more. But they're going to be armed, so you got to be careful because they will attack you. And then if it gets too bad, they have what they call, each one of these countries has a super agent, and they come over here and they're about as strong as your henchmen usually. Sometimes it takes two henchmen to take one of those guys out. But basically they don't die when you knock them out. You can just capture them, torture them, and you'll release them, and they'll go away for a while, and then they'll come back later on. But their super agents are like, they're basically like a Bruce Lee type guy, or 007. There's a couple of female agents that come over here and distract all your guys, so they're pretty hard to take care of. But throughout the game, when you later on, you can build certain things to actually disable them, and they go away for good, so don't worry about that. Alrighty, and then also on this island, you occasionally get random tourists, just normal people that are just going to wander your map, and sometimes they'll get spooked by things, and sometimes you end up having to kill them because they see too much. But a good way to actually distract the tourism, there's a building type you can build. It's pretty much a hotel. It just keeps them in there and keeps them away from your base. So basically you're just trying to avoid people coming in your base and see what's going on and distract them and whatnot. So On another note here, I am using the patch game. I believe it's 1.1. If not, I'll put a link down to a site where you can actually get this. I don't know if the Steam is already patched. I assume so. I'm also using the bonus CD. You can get that off that website too, which gives you extra content, a couple of extra like chairs and a couple of extra things. Your game may look different than mine because I have a couple of mods, and honestly I can't give you a link to them because they may not be around, and plus these visual mods that I'm using are actually from 3 mods that actually pulled out some of this stuff and that stuff out of there and put it together to make a better visual mod. But your your workers are definitely going to look different. I think they're going to be yellow. So like I said, I think the only pack you're going to be able to receive a mod one that will be complete, you could probably download the body bag mod, which I'll show you that here after a while. But yeah, let's jump into the gameplay. So I'll keep it paused for a bit.
Use these buttons to select your evil genius and cycle through your henchmen. Left-clicking selects and moves the camera to their position. Right-clicking just selects them. Enemy agents appear as red dots on the minimap. Left-clicking anywhere on it will focus the game view on that spot. The global alert buttons set your base to heightened states of defense. On yellow alert, minions will arm themselves with guns from...
Yeah, so basically, I'll show you guys all that, but that's what those videos are. They got really good video tutorials that teach you the game. So, we can actually, let's start getting building on this. We need to get at least a stronghold and get everybody in here so that, because sometimes if those agents come here and see your evil genius, they're gonna want to take him out and kill him. So basically we need to get him secured here. So what I can do for the meantime is actually we'll build, if you want to build things on a room type, you just come over here, right click, and we'll put an external door.
Object has been ordered.
And basically what that door does is only our guys can actually use that door. You can set different security on there. You can set it to everybody uses it, like even the tourist or other guys. You can also set it just the henchmen use it, or just the evil genius, and I'll show you how to do that later. So we'll put that door so no one can steal that gold, because sometimes you get robbers that come around and they'll want to steal that. So basically this stronghold room is where you're going to keep all your gold. These briefcases basically mean that your workers can go take a briefcase, go to over here to the basically the world area. This is where they can access the world through a couple of these buildings, and they can buy certain items. And when they come back from the world, they'll actually, if you have them looting certain areas, they'll actually bring briefcases, which will increase your gold. So the briefcases are basically your interaction through the gold. Alrighty, let's pause it here, and we're gonna have a build type here. And basically what I do for an entrance, you want a pretty good long entrance, kind of snaking like. You can build traps to stop a lot of the intruders from coming in here, but I basically don't really do a lot of traps. I probably won't do traps at all. The best thing to actually get the agents coming in here not to come in here too much is actually confuse them, and I'll show you how to make that. Because a lot of times you can line up a lot of traps. They're not perfect either. They're just going to cost you a lot of money and manpower. Because sometimes the traps, when you set them, your own guys can go in there if they're not smart enough, and they can get killed that way. So let's basically, you just right click and you'll bring up your build up items here. You got your stronghold, which is your gold. Your barracks, basically you put the bunk beds in there, and lockers. Bunk beds is where they rest. You put lockers, it's where you can increase your number of workers you can have and whatnot. In your control room, that's how you access the world, and we don't have that option yet here. But let's get into the corridor. I'll cancel that out. I need to I think I want to figure out how I'm gonna build a strong room. This is what takes a little bit of planning, so I'm gonna pause this here and we'll jump back once I get a good idea, and I'll explain it to you guys. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, we're back. So I got a basic design here. May look a little weird and confusing. You're probably saying, how come I just don't make an entrance and then start building? Well, basically, your agent, the world agents that come here, they're going to be snooping around, and they can try to pry these doors open, especially if they're locked. So basically, you don't want them just to waltz right into your base. Even though you plan out a good thing like this, they'll want to eventually get in. That way, if it does, you can capture him and torture him or whatnot. But you're trying to eliminate as much of these agents and tourists or anybody nosy enough to come in here. You're trying to deter them from coming in here. And basically, this is a way to do it without the traps. And it works pretty well. So basically, they're going to come in here and they're going to see all these doors and basically spread them out, because your workers and people that are going to come in and out of these doors, they're going to come straight here. And once this door is open, by the time it gets down to here, that one's going to close and lock out anybody that's there. And this one's going to open. So basically, try to space where they're going to be running to pretty good. So that way they don't, because sometimes when worker or somebody comes through the door running through here, if there's an agent there, they'll come right in when that door's open. So basically I put doors on the side, so if they do get in, excuse me, they'll get confused and be like, oh, there's some doors here, let's see what's in these locked doors, and they want to snoop around and they get confused. Basically, they get tired after a while from snooping and eventually want to leave. And if they get down here further, there's just so much area they can get trapped in here and not want to snoop around. I might actually need to space this out further, because I think if they run through here, they'll be able to get through this area pretty easy. But if they come down here this far, good luck to them. Because I could probably put a trap there if I want, just one trap. This area I'm going to put the stronghold. This area I kind of marked a little bit. This is where I want to put the freezer, and basically to unlock the freezer I need to kill somebody, and I haven't seen anybody yet. Basically a tourist or something, and I'll lock that room. And basically I try to keep this close to the entrance. That way when the dead bodies come in, they just come straight in there and put them in there. Doesn't take too long. And basically this area is where you're probably gonna eventually kill people a lot. So it's kind of a smaller one. We'll see. If need be, I'll move the corridor down a little bit, and then basically right here I'll probably chuck in some barracks or some other room type. But stronghold's gonna go right here. And then you see how I notched this area out right here. Basically, some of these doors you can set to be guarded. And when they are, you can put little, I believe, let's see, what level is that on? Oh, that's level 4. So probably need to create a dummy door somewhere. I could probably guard this area right here. That would probably be better, just in case agents come in or try to mess it. If I haven't guarded with henchmen or guards, that way the guards are right there, because sometimes your guards are wander all over this map and the henchmen too, and I'll keep them there by this entrance, and that way, need be, they can attack pretty quick. So I definitely don't need this then. So once you create all this stuff, you can just go to revise and just close it out. Make sure you hit this button there. Don't hit that, it'll destroy all this you already made. I've done it before. And basically we'll just unpause it. And to start construction, just hit the unpause button here.
Room construction unpaused.
And then your workers will come along and start getting the briefcases and getting the material to build that. So I think I need to go and, oh, I only got 3. So this menu here is actually where you can increase your minions. Capacity is 5 and I have 3, so I can go up 2. And these you'll unlock the different minion types, and I'll show you that later on. This slider here, you can have it like here it says they'll replenish these guys every 60 seconds. You can go higher, but it's going to cost you like $4,000 every second, or put it in the middle, which is pretty much what I do. Every 20 seconds, $1,000. So they'll replenish every 20 seconds for $1,000, which is a pretty good price. So I leave it in the middle. For certain situations, you might want to bump it down. But we'll get into that later. This screen here, this is your statistics for your empire. I don't use this too much. You can if you want. I really don't come in here that often. I may try to do that. This tells you your objectives. So basically, get acquainted with the island and start expanding your lair. Ensure a healthy minion force by building barracks. Yeah, at least 1 bunk bed. We're going to be doing that. Before you can send minions around the world, you need to construct a control room. Definitely we need to do that. It seems you're under scrutiny. Somewhere on the island are some pesky investigators. Eliminate them. Basically, they want us to kill them so we can unlock the freezer. And here's some right now. Here they come. So I'll wait till they actually get in this area, and I'll send my henchmen to kill them. And then by that time, should be able to have my freezer built. And I'll set this to actually construction, and this guy, because we need to get this stronghold. And we definitely need a power room too, because all these doors, they take power. This door here, I'm probably going to move. Probably going to put it right here, maybe. Yeah.
All construction workers are busy at the present time. Object purchase delayed.
And you need to put a couple of fire extinguishers around, because there will be fires. Some of these doors will explode. So basically, I'll just put maybe I'll put 1 here for right now.
This object will be purchased when a minion is available for duty.
You don't need too many of them. I'll put 1 right there.
Construction workers are busy at the present time. Object purchase delayed.
So they're going to be snooping around. So let's bring our evil genius into one of these corridors, so that way we won't get attacked. And then we'll move this this rack for briefcases in here, and then we'll work on this a little bit later. So this is our power. That's our reserve. We got 20 and we're using 13 right now. So once we get these doors in, they'll probably knock this out, and then they'll give me a room type to build where I can actually build the power room. So they're all busy going back and forth. You get more minions or workers, or actually minions, by your notoriety, basically how famous you are in the world. You excuse me. You also can increase them by building lockers in your barracks. Right here they come. Let's attack them. So basically attack them. You right click them. You can either cancel a tag out. You can either mark them for death, capture, or to beat them up, which confuses them. So basically I'm gonna attack one of them. So they're so once I kill them, they should unlock the room for
If you want your minions to react to a character's presence, you will need to attach a tag to them.
yeah, it tells you how to do it. So I should be able to do the freezer now. So basically, let me pause it really quick here, and we got to set up this room here. So let's revise the floor plan. That was actually, I think I can cancel that out. The freezer is basically, like I said, it's where you're gonna hide the bodies. You definitely need a door on the front, and then you got these freezer racks that go up, and that's where they hang the bodies. And over time, they'll disappear. But it's pretty much like a meat locker, basically. That might be okay right now. That might be a good size. I can always... I actually kind of want it bigger because... We'll delete that room. We'll revise this one. We'll put the corridor here. Basically, you want a good size right now. You don't have to worry about the size too much right now on the first island, but you always do want a good size, just in case if it gets some of these deaths gets overwhelming. So basically, if the freezer gets full, they won't put the bodies anywhere. Basically, they'll try to bring them in here and drop them on the floor. The freezer basically tells them, oh, you can put the bodies in here. So let's see if I can create a I want a good size one, like I said. Four may be okay. I can probably put some up. Let me see if I can get 5 in here. If they can't put them on the racks, they'll put them on the floor. Yeah, basically all I can get in here is 4, so that's good enough. And then we'll set up a door because we don't want people snooping in here. We're gonna need to put a door here, and this corridor is gonna take us to our main main base there. Let's see here. I could actually put the power plant there. You don't necessarily have to put the barracks right there. Usually the best place to put the barracks is actually next to where you're going to be have the workers a lot, is a control room. So Let's put the power plant in here. And since it's still kind of, you can actually make a room type open like this, and they can come in and out. But since it's a little close to the entrance, I'm gonna actually make sure this has a door, because we don't want anybody to access this room, because they will try to blow up your power room. And you need basically power generators, which generates your power. Oh, that's not going to be enough in there. Usually I need about 3 of those guys. So let's expand this room a little bit to about right there. That should look good. Trash those guys. And they should tell you how much they generate.
Power is important. If you fail to generate enough, you'll...
I don't remember. I don't know if they give you details on how much they power right now. I think I'll show you once they're built. Oh, I'll actually tuck them up there. And your capacitor is pretty much like a battery. When these generators go down, if there's a power, too much power usage, if you have a few of these, they'll act like your batteries pretty much, and supply the door, so they'll keep them locked just in case you get a power flux. And I'll tuck them up here. And you need to have room for someone to come in here and walk through here, because basically they need to be maintained. So there's a technician that comes in here. He needs to fix them just in case if they go down. Usually they go down if there's a power overload. They need to be fixed. So definitely keep some room for somebody to walk through here. So yeah, let's unpause this. And we'll probably need to get that guy going. Might as well get these guys going. And we have plenty of money. Plenty of money. So once that stronghold gets built, they'll start putting the gold in here once they get it.
Backup power drained. All power-consuming objects offline.
So I'm not too worried about the power drain right now. There's no one at the island yet. So I'll have them hustle. See if I can get any more workers. Nope. And I am using a population increase replacement for this game, because you start out, the max for this game is 100. The population increase download I have is either 200 or 500. 100 is not enough in this game. I'm an expert. I've been playing this game for a long time, and 100 is not enough. 500, I believe I'm using 200, and 200 is a good range. I think 500 is too much for this game, but 200 is a really perfect range for this game. A lot of the times 100 is just not enough for this, because you're gonna have guys at your base, you're gonna have guys at the world, on the world menu, looting and whatnot, and it's just not enough. I think I'm using 200. I don't know if I'm using 500. I'll let you guys know later on and see what we're using. Let's see if I can turn up the music just a little bit. It's hard to find a balance for the music in this game. It's got a nice soundtrack. That may be a little bit too loud. It's probably my headsets. I don't have them turned up. So you see this guy here, he's got what he needs, the dynamite, and the dynamite is to use to create one of these rooms. So he's got some too. And you can make your evil genius sanctuary for him to sit in, his little lair. And that won't come till a little bit later. So once they get enough dynamite in there, they'll actually set it off and open this area up. It looks like he's got some for this corridor. So they'll keep running, getting briefcases, going to the world. Basically, this is the world port. There should be another one.
Important information will be relayed to you via the message bar and stored in the message history. Remember to check it often.
Yes, I gotta check that often. There's also this area where they people coming in and out of your island through helicopter. So there's air and ship. Once this room is once I get all this out, I'll leave this here. It'll be like a decoy, and I'll lock that room. So agents come along, they'll try to unlock that instead of trying to come over here and try to unlock my main base area here. So you can create some of these what they call top shacks, and you can place them around here. They're just like decoys to slow. Basically, you're trying to slow down the agents from getting in here. So now we can actually move this. And where am I going to move it? I think I can put 2 here. Put 1 there. And I'll buy another one. They're good to have 2 of them. This should be an adequate size for my gold and loot I'm going to be bringing in from the world. My next island, I'll make this a lot larger. So we're almost secured. And I'll bring him deeper down in here, just for security reasons. And where is my... There he is. Yeah, your henchmen will like walk around a lot. So basically, if I want to keep them inside, I'll put this there, and then you'll basically come over here. So basically, most of your doors are going to be set up like this. Only your minions and henchmen can use this door. This one is basically anybody can use this. This one should be your only evil genius can use this door. And number 4 is your evil genius can use it, but he wants to put guards on it. So basically that'll keep him over here guarding this area instead of patrolling out there. Because sometimes if they patrol later on in the game, they can get kind of taken out with super agents. So these guys can get knocked out, I believe killed 3 times, and after that they can never come back. So alright guys, I think that's it for this episode. We're gonna end this episode. I don't want this too long. I've been talking quite a bit. Next episode we'll continue on and finishing off this area over here for you guys, and then we'll continue on building on to the base and get the control room going. So alright guys, thanks for joining me in this good series I've been wanting to do for a very long time. So we'll definitely see you next time guys. Like always, have a great day. Bye bye.